Hello. We're going to design this ring. So let's take a quick look at this ring. What do we have? We have a gemstone. We have the gemstone set in a bezel. And there looks like a series of beads, round beads around it, on a lady's finger shank. This gemstone we're going to set down low so that it touches the finger. All right. So there's three elements. We got a ring shank, a bezel, and beads. So we're going to have to import a picture of the gemstone we're making because the gemstone's not going to be like that. It's going to be cushion shaped like this. So we go to curves and we pull up the cushion curve maker. After we've drawn in a picture, we type in the millimeters in the X, Y, and we adjust it slightly so that we get this shape here, fairly close. And that this will be the new, or let's call it the actual gemstone girdle curve. Okay, so this is now the actual gemstone girdle curve. So what's the first thing we need? We need a ring. And what size do we need this to be? I believe it is going to be a size 7 in 22 karat. And so let's go to our shanks. I prefer the Ryan Signet shank. We'll draw that into place. And there's the first part of it. It's already a size 7. We're going to have to adjust the bottom bulges because, okay, the top is, let's go a little bit thicker and bring this down a little. Let's go there, and let's go 1.6 is fine. Let's go 1.7 because it's going to be in 22 karat. So we're going to make it a little bit thicker. This is going to make it 1.7 as well. That brings it in. And we're going to make the bottom 1.7 by 2. Let's go 2.5 thick. So it'll be a little bit. And let's go back here and make this 2.5. And let's make this one as well 2.5. And let's make this 2 millimeters. Okay, there's the first part, but we're going to have to open the top up a little bit, as you can see here. So let's open the top up a little bit. Let's go about there. So we have the first part pretty well ready to go. Here we have the first part of the design done, the ring shank. The next part is the bezel. So we'll go to gemstone. Let's go to settings, and we'll go to bezel settings. We'll bring the bezel setting down here. It puts it already in place. The first thing we need to do is connect the ring circle. So we bring the ring circle from here down into the bezel. That way, when we change the ring size, the bezel changes. So we're going to have a custom curve, which is this actual curve here. And we're going to use this actual curve as the gemstone curve. We're going to put it as a cushion curve, and we're going to put the sizes in here, and we're going to go 3.2, and what sizes were this? Main stone 7.3 by 6.5. 7.3 by 6.5. And we're going to take this and scale it up a little. So we're going to say scale, and we're going to go universal, and here's the geometry, and we're going to scale it up 1.01. 1.01. Now we're going to do this just a little bit. So that we have a bit of space and play between the gemstone and the curve. So when you have a bit of shrinkage in the ring, and we're going to use this as the offset curve in here. Okay. Then we're going to choose a bezel, but we're going to use a tapered bezel because we're going to put beads around it, and we're going to cut the bottom off of it eventually anyhow. So now we can see the gap. So we can come back up here and bring the gap in a little bit like that. And we also need beads. So we can do, where is it? Rope and mill grain. And we're going to use we're going to scale it up again. See, copy and paste. I'm going to use that input curve, and we're going to go to the curve, and we're going to pick mill grain, and we're going to go 1.1 millimeter, and we need to now group these beads, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, Control CV, bring it down. We're going to take the mill grain and group them, and we're going to, that should have, there's the geometry. So we need to see the geometry. And there it is there. We want to scale it out a bit more. And we want to lower it in position right about here. We need a few more beads. That should do it. So we have the ring. Now we need to cut this section off so that we can, so let's group these together. We're going to use that as a default color. We're going to group those together, and we're going to add that to this group, add that to this group. So that should about do it. How about we make the band, because it's 22 karat, we're going to just bring this up a little bit more here, because 22 karat bends quite easily. Looks pretty good. And let's do the cutoff. So what we need is the geometry, and we need the ring cylinder, which is there. And we're going to boolean the difference between the ring cylinder and the bezel, which should be closed bezel is there. So we want to go to intersect, boolean difference, and we want to go A, B, and that should be the new bezel right there. You can see the line show up, and let's put this in there. Control. Okay. Okay. See what we have? We have a difference in. So let's take this, and we have a difference in surfaces because we did the boolean difference and we got this. So we have a difference in surfaces. This surface. So we'll take this surface, and we're going to surface. We're going to explode it, and we're going to flip directions of the surface, and then we're going to join the surfaces, and then we're going to input it there. Okay, this is what you learn sometimes as you go along, because the surfaces were in two different directions, so the boolean came out this way. So we can group this, and we can hide this. Now we can hide this, and there we have it. Now what we need to do is we're going to bake these into Rhino so that we can adjust the center stone to make sure it's in the right position. So let's bake this into the head and bake this into the main stone. We're going to save this, get a new document. We have it in perspective. Let's go to the front view here, and let's go into wireframe. Now you can see that we have the stone sits a little bit too high. It's got to sit like this, which is roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/10 of a millimeter. So we'll delete this. We're going to go to recent files, bring this back up, and we're going to lower this bezel and gemstone 0.8 millimeters, which is 0.8, which would be 2.4. 2.4. Okay, now let's bake this again. We're going to bake the main stone. We're going to bake the head. Okay, and we're going to bake the beads to the head. Okay, and let's bake the shank. Right click, bake, shank. Okay, let's save this. Let's close this down, and there we go. The stone's in the right position. I don't like this as much either because I'm gonna have to lower these beads down and lower this down because this is too high up. This group of beads are too high up. They need to go roughly here, right? I can delete this, and because and I should change the shank a bit too. File, recent. I'm going to lower it down a bit. Right about there. So let's bake this shank again. And that should be better, so that when we fold this bezel over top of the stone, it will be sitting in the right position. We don't need the stone too low in the basket, but this will allow the stone to touch the finger. And there you go. You have it pretty well done. But you can see how we had to make a little bit of adjustment so that we can set this correctly. What will end up happening is the setter will cut this down a bit at the top. We can actually cut it down a little bit now if we want. Let's go into here. Let's go to solid box corner height. We'll go about here. Okay, so now we can do a Boolean difference. This, and then delete that. So there we have the ring pretty well finished. We can go to the print version, open the casting gate, and we are ready to save the file. So let's put some dimensions on here so we can show the client. We'll go into dimensions here. We'll go into drafting, and let's go here. We got the grid snaps on. Let's go coordinate. .4, and let's go here. And there we pretty well have the ring. Let's see what the layout does. There we have the picture layout for what we can send to the client. Picture. Okay. Thank you for watching.